We used to do the Straitjacket duel.
Yeah.
Which was a brothers act, where I escaped from a straitjacket and you got into a straitjacket.
Right.
Kind of in a race, but that always ended in a tie.
Do you remember how we came up with the getting into a straitjacket? We had to have someone around who would be able to buckle us in so that we could then practice getting out. So we both started figuring out how to get into the straitjacket and buckle it on our own, just as a means of then rehearsing to get out of it.
Right.
And then we sort of started talking about it, realized that we had never seen someone try to get into a straitjacket on their own. Normally it's this big deal of getting someone out of the audience and making sure all the buckles are real and blah, blah, blah. But so then we thought it would be funny if I'm trying to get into the jacket while Matt's trying to get out of it, and so basically the timelines are going like this.
And they're both equally challenging.
Yeah.
I have to say, I mean, it's the same mechanics, just backwards.
And I kind of like the anticlimax of like, congrats, at the end of the routine. I mean, like at the end, when we succeeded, I ended the show in a straitjacket,
Right. We had switched. And, but then there was that one show that was for some...
Do you want to talk about it?
I don't know if I want to talk about it.
So we did it for years. I mean, 3 or 4 years, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
And it was one of those great packs small, plays big. Like, it was literally just 2 straitjackets and the audio cue that went with it. And the only thing that I remember there was a pain was that because it would knock my mic off, I always had to have a handheld mic. We couldn't do it with a regular mic. But then we were doing a house party show.
Yeah, I guess it was like a Christmas party, but it was for mom's one of mom's like bunco.
Oh yeah,
group.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
like people we know,
which is like a book club for gambling and drinking.
Yeah.
It was close friends, and
yeah.
There was probably some alcohol involved,
from what I recall.
Yeah, because we were also attending the party.
Right. Right.
So we, you did some other stuff.
Yep, I did one or two things,
and maybe I helped, and maybe we did Invisible Deck revealed or something. But then it came time to do the Straitjacket duel, and something happened, and there was just no way I was getting out of the Straitjacket that night.
First time,
and our mother just hates it because she got to see the panicked look in my eye and be able to read me that I was legitimately nervous.
Well,
that I couldn't get out of it that night.
And Mom's never liked that routine because it looks like we are struggling, and usually that is a fair amount of acting.
Yeah.
But that night it was not.
Yeah.
And so I succeeded in getting into the straitjacket. Matt failed to get out of it.
Yeah. And I think we tried to do it a few other times, and it never failed again.
Sure.
But it caused a lot of anxiety, and I think in me, and I think we realized that it didn't fit our risk profile for show material. That
once we knew that could happen, and granted, who knows how much was alcohol involved, and we're not drinking at a professional show, but the fact that it happened once, I think, spooked us enough,
and that there was no out. I mean, we have
true.
In other material, there might be a few ways out of it, but in that way, there's literally no way out of it. So then. Whatever happened to the straitjackets?
They suffered water damage. I was keeping them for years, hoping that we would get back on the horse, but then I pulled them out, a few years ago, and they were all like, just rotted
from a mysterious flood.